Happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in to learn a new recipe today. I hope you guys have been enjoying the recipes we've been learning. I'm open to all feedback, any suggestions, anything new that you want to learn how to make. I'm game and ears for some new ideas. So today we are going to be making some homemade guacamole. As you know, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo, and I hope you guys use this recipe to have a little celebration at home, maybe make some tacos with it, whatever you want to do. So we'll get started by washing our hands and washing our vegetables, and then we'll come back and get started. So guacamole is one of those dishes where you can kind of tailor it to your taste. You obviously need avocados and you need some limes, salt and pepper, and some garlic. But you can choose to leave it there, or you can choose to make it a chunkier version and add in some diced onion and some tomato. If you like it spicy, you can add in a jalapeno. Most people add cilantro to their guacamole. I actually really don't like cilantro, so I leave it out. Some people like red onion. I have a white onion on hand, so it's what I'm gonna use. You can really kind of just tailor it to what you want. People add corn to it, maybe some mango if you're feeling adventurous. But this is what we've got on hand, so we'll get started and I'll show you what we're working with. So we're gonna start by dicing up some of our onion. As I've shown you guys before, you wanna cut off the head and lay it down flat and then slice it in half. After that, you're gonna take your onion on its side. Well, first you should peel it. Get all that skin off of it. Then you're gonna lay it down and start diagonally chopping it. This is a big onion, so we probably won't use the whole half. We'll probably leave it right there. So after you've chopped it through, you're gonna slice down into small little bites. See how these get really small? And you're probably gonna use about a half an onion, but like I said, this was a big one, so I'll probably use about a quarter of an onion. Just kind of eyeball it. Depends on how many avocados you wanna use and depends on how many people you're feeding. Next up, we're gonna dice our tomato. So like the onion, you wanna cut off the tip and cut it lengthwise. The thing with the tomatoes, you wanna make sure you cut in between seeds. So you'll cut it lengthwise down and then you'll cut out the seeds. Some people like to leave the seeds in. Because I like to save the guacamole and eat it over the course of a few days, I typically remove the seeds just so that it doesn't have as much moisture in the guacamole and it stays fresher longer. You have to be very careful when you remove those seeds though. Then you're gonna press it down, slice in slices. My eyes are still kind of watering from slicing the onion, so please excuse me. And then once it's sliced down, you're gonna dice it into little bits, being very careful of your fingers. Okay. And lastly, you're gonna dice up your jalapeno. So again, you cut off the head and you slice down the center. You wanna make sure to remove the seeds because that's where a lot of the spice comes from. And one pro tip from one chef to another, when you're touching a jalapeno, do not touch anything on your face. I have learned the hard way with that one. It will burn. So again, you're just gonna add a little bit of jalapeno just to give it a little kick. If you want it, it's totally optional. Then you'll do the same thing you do with the tomato. You'll slice it down. I'm just gonna add that much, and then you'll slice it across. You're gonna really finely chop this one, which as you can see is why I got a smaller knife. You wanna make sure they're really bite size. Next, you're gonna wanna juice your lime. So slice it in half. If you have a juicer like this, you can use that. If not, feel free to just squeeze it. I'm gonna use my juicer just because I like every last bit of juice. Squeeze it into the bowl. And I'm gonna do a whole lime because as I mentioned before, I like very limey guac. But again, you can start with a little and then keep adding as you taste for flavor. I'm using pre-minced garlic, but if you want to use garlic powder or mince your own garlic, now would be the perfect time to do so. Our next step is going to be cutting up and putting the avocados into our bowl to get ready to mash. You're gonna slice around like that, open it up, and then carefully but quickly knife and pull out the pit. Then you're gonna scoop your avocado into your bowl over here, flying avocado, and you wanna make sure you get all of it. I'm gonna be using 3 avocados today because I'm making enough to last us for the week. Oop. You're gonna mash up your avocados. Some of you might like a chunkier guacamole, maybe don't mash them as thin. I use a fork. You're welcome to use a potato masher as well, but I like mine pretty chunky, so I like to moderate how thick it is. Once your avocado is mashed, you can start adding in some of your spices. So we'll do a little spoonful of our garlic. We'll do a little spoonful of our jalapenos. Do some tomatoes. We'll use all the tomato actually. We'll do some onion and start mixing that around. You just kind of want to see what your proportions are here. That way you know if you need to add more of something, can't really take away, so it's better to start small and keep adding. Look, Mom, I learned something from you. That looks pretty good to me, so we're gonna add in our lime juice. Start with a little bit. Some fresh cracked black pepper. And some grinded up salt. Give it one big mix. Oops. Doesn't that look good? Go grab some chips or some veggies and enjoy your guacamole. I'll see you guys next time.